Amy Lynn Bradley was a vibrant 23-year-old from Virginia, known for her energy, athleticism, and close family ties. She'd just graduated college aiming for a career in physical therapy and was a standout basketball player. Amy's distinctive tattoos, a Tasmanian devil spinning a basketball, a sun, a gecko, and a Chinese symbol, made her unforgettable. She'd recently come out as gay to her supportive family and had a girlfriend, Molly. After a minor argument, Amy wrote Molly a poetic letter ending with, "Save me, please. Stranded, Amy," which Molly saw as a romantic gesture. Amy was responsible, dependable, and not the type to disappear without a word. Her strong ties to home and her loved ones made her sudden vanishing all the more shocking. She was excited about her future and had big plans ahead. Amy's family described her as a fighter, someone who wouldn't give up easily. Her tattoos would later become crucial identifiers in the search for her. She was a natural leader and a loyal friend. Amy's disappearance would leave her family and friends devastated and searching for answers. No one could have predicted how quickly her life would change. The story of Amy Lynn Bradley begins with promise and ends in mystery. In March 1998, the Bradley family set sail on the Rhapsody of the Seas, a Royal Caribbean cruise through the Caribbean. It was meant to be a joyful escape, sun, sea, and family time. The ship was a floating city, packed with entertainment, pools, restaurants, and a nightclub. Amy and her brother Brad enjoyed the nightlife, especially the ship's band, Blue Orchid. The family explored ports, soaked up the sun, and made memories. Everything seemed perfectly normal. No one suspected trouble. As the ship sailed overnight from Aruba to Curaçao, the Bradleys looked forward to another day of adventure. Amy was seen dancing, laughing, and enjoying herself. The cruise was a celebration, a break from routine. The idea that someone could vanish from such a secure, bustling place seemed impossible. But beneath the surface, a nightmare was about to unfold. The Bradleys felt safe, until the unimaginable happened. Their vacation would soon become a desperate search. On March 23rd, Amy and Brad spent their last night together at the ship's nightclub, dancing to Blue Orchid. Amy was seen on video, smiling and mingling, especially with Alistair "Yellow" Douglas, the band's bass player. The siblings left the club around 1 a.m., grabbed a late-night snack, and returned to their cabins. Amy went to her parents' cabin, stepping onto the balcony for a cigarette. Her parents were asleep inside. Amy often sat outside to unwind. Nothing about her behavior seemed unusual, just a young woman enjoying vacation. These ordinary moments would become the focus of intense scrutiny. No one realized these would be Amy's final hours seen by her family. The night was unremarkable, until it wasn't. Every detail of Amy's last night would later be dissected for clues. The ship sailed quietly toward Curaçao as Amy disappeared into the night. The next morning, everything would change. The last night on the Rhapsody would haunt the Bradleys forever. Amy's fate was sealed in those early hours. At dawn, Ron Bradley saw Amy asleep on the balcony, his last glimpse of her. When he woke again around 6 a.m., Amy was gone. At first, he assumed she'd stepped out briefly, maybe to watch the sunrise or meet a friend. But as time passed, worry set in. Amy never returned. The family searched the ship, calling her name, checking every corner. Amy's absence was out of character. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. Her belongings, except her cigarettes and lighter, were left behind. The ship docked in Curaçao, and panic grew as passengers began to disembark. The Bradleys' vacation had turned into a nightmare. The vast ship, once exciting, now felt ominous and overwhelming. Amy had vanished without a trace. The family's worst fears were realized in the morning light. Their daughter was gone, and no one knew how or why. The search for Amy began in earnest. The Bradleys' world was forever changed. The Bradleys immediately alerted the crew, begging them to halt disembarkation and search the ship. Their pleas were met with hesitation. The crew delayed making any announcements, fearing embarrassment. The ship docked as scheduled, and passengers streamed ashore, potentially with Amy or her abductor among them. The initial search was limited and lacked urgency. Amy's sandals and most belongings were left in the cabin, but her cigarettes and lighter were gone. This suggested she'd only planned to step out briefly. The family was frustrated by the slow response and lack of a thorough search. The theory that Amy had simply wandered off or fallen overboard didn't fit. Precious time was lost as the investigation lagged. The Bradleys felt helpless, watching the opportunity to find Amy slip away. The ship's vastness became a maze of unanswered questions. The initial hours were critical and mishandled. Amy's disappearance was now a race against time. The search for answers had only just begun. In the months and years after Amy's disappearance, disturbing sightings surfaced. A Canadian tourist in Curaçao saw a woman with Amy's tattoos, looking distressed and accompanied by aggressive men. Later, a U.S. Navy sailor claimed a woman in a Curaçao brothel begged for help, saying she was Amy Bradley. He didn't report it immediately, fearing trouble, but later came forward with regret. In 2005, a woman in Barbados saw someone resembling Amy being threatened by men in a restroom. That same year, the Bradleys received anonymous emails with photos of a woman resembling Amy on an adult website. Forensic experts believed the woman in the photos could be Amy. These sightings fueled fears of abduction and human trafficking. Each report brought hope and heartbreak. The family chased every lead, desperate for answers. The possibility that Amy was alive but trapped haunted them. The clues pointed to a dark fate, but also a chance for rescue. The search expanded beyond the ship, to the Caribbean and beyond. Amy's case became a chilling warning about the dangers lurking even in paradise. The hope of finding her never faded. 3 theories emerged: accident, suicide, or abduction. The cruise line suggested Amy fell overboard, but her family rejected this. Balcony railings were high, and she left her shoes behind. The suicide theory was dismissed by those who knew her. Amy was happy and looking forward to her future. The message in a bottle letter was a romantic gesture, not a cry for help. The most compelling theory: abduction. Amy had drawn attention from some crew members, and sightings suggested she was held against her will. The brothel story and explicit photos pointed to human trafficking. Each theory brought its own pain, but abduction meant Amy could still be alive. The family's relentless search was fueled by hope and horror. The lack of evidence kept all theories alive. The mystery deepened as years passed. Amy's fate remained uncertain, but her family refused to give up. The question of what happened to Amy haunted everyone involved. Investigating a disappearance at sea is a logistical nightmare. The ship was a moving crime scene, crossing international waters and jurisdictions. Delays and confusion over who had authority slowed the investigation. In 1998, security cameras were limited. There was little footage of Amy's last movements. No cell phones, no digital trail. Evidence was scarce. The vast ocean made searches nearly impossible. The ship's size and thousands of passengers complicated efforts to find clues. The initial response from the cruise line was slow and dismissive. Potential evidence and suspects could have vanished with the crowds in Curaçao. The family's frustration grew as leads slipped away. The investigation was hampered by technology, bureaucracy, and the sea itself. These challenges left Amy's case shrouded in uncertainty. The perfect storm of obstacles allowed the mystery to endure. For decades, the Bradleys have searched tirelessly for Amy. They've traveled to the Caribbean, distributed flyers, and followed every lead. Media appearances kept Amy's story alive, reaching new audiences. The family set up a website, hotline, and reward for information. They endured false leads and cruel hoaxes, but never gave up hope. Private investigators and the FBI joined the search, but answers remained elusive. Mysterious website visits from Curaçao and Barbados fueled speculation. The release of a Netflix documentary brought renewed attention and hope. The Bradleys' determination is a testament to love and resilience. They live with uncertainty, but refuse to stop searching. Amy's case remains one of the most haunting, unsolved mysteries. The family waits for the day they'll finally learn the truth. The question remains: where is Amy Lynn Bradley?